Chapter An-Nazi'at was revealed in Mecca and is 46 verses long.
بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم
In the name of Allah, the most gracious, the most merciful.
والنازعات غرقا
By those angels who pull out the souls of the disbelievers and the wicked with great violence.
والناشطات نشطا
By those angels who gently take out the souls of the believers.
والسابحات سبحا
And by those that swim along, angels or planets in their orbits.
فالسابقات سبقا
And by those that press forward as in a race, the angels or stars or the horses.
فالمدبرات أمرا
And by those angels who arrange to do the commands of their Lord. So verily you disbelievers will be called to account.
يوم ترجف الراجفة
On the day when the first blowing of the trumpet is blown, the earth and the mountains will shake violently, and everybody will die.
تتبعها الرادفة
The second blowing of the trumpet follows it, and everybody will be resurrected.
قلوب يومئذ واجفة
Some hearts that day will shake with fear and anxiety.
أبصارها خاشعة
Their eyes will be downcast.
يقولون أئنا لمردودون في الحافرة
They say, shall we indeed be returned to our former state of life?
أئذا كنا عظاما نخرة
Even after we are crumbled bones?
قالوا تلك إذا كرة خاسرة
They say, it would, in that case, be a return with loss.
فإنما هي زجرة واحدة
But it will be only a single zajrah, a shout, the second blowing of the trumpet.
فإذا هم بالساهرة
When behold, they find themselves on the surface of the earth, alive after their death.
هل أتاك حديث موسى
Has there come to you the story of Moses?
إذ ناداه ربه بالوادي المقدس طوى
When his Lord called him in the sacred valley of Tuwa,
اذهب إلى فرعون إنه طغى
Go to the Pharaoh, verily he has transgressed all bounds.
فقل هل لك إلى أن تزكى
And say to him, would you purify yourself,
وأهديك إلى ربك فتخشى
and that I guide you to your Lord, so you should fear him.
فأراه الآية الكبرى
Then Moses showed him the great sign, miracles.
فكذب وعصى
But the Pharaoh denied and disobeyed.
ثم أدبر يسعى
Then he turned his back, striving against Allah.
فحشر فنادى
Then he gathered his people and cried aloud,
فقال أنا ربكم الأعلى
saying, I am your Lord, Most High.
فأخذه الله نكال الآخرة والأولى
So Allah seized him with punishment for his last and first transgression.
إن في ذلك لعبرة لمن يخشى
Verily, in this is an instructive admonition for whosoever fears Allah.
أأنتم أشد خلقا أم السماء بناها
Are you more difficult to create, or is the heaven that He constructed?
رفع سمكها فسواها
He raised its height and perfected it.
وأغطش ليلها وأخرج ضحاها
Its night He covers with darkness, and its forenoon He brings out with light.
والأرض بعد ذلك دحاها
And after that He spread the earth.
أخرج منها ماءها ومرعاها
and brought forth therefrom its water and its pasture.
والجبال أرساها
And the mountains he has fixed firmly,
متاعا لكم ولأنعامكم
to be a provision and benefit for you and your cattle.
فإذا جاءت الطامة الكبرى
But when there comes the greatest catastrophe, the day of recompense,
يوم يتذكر الإنسان ما سعى
the day when man shall remember what he strove for,
وبرزت الجحيم لمن يرى
and hellfire shall be made apparent in full view for everyone who sees.
فأما من طغى
Then for him who transgressed all bounds,
وآثر الحياة الدنيا
and preferred the life of this world,
فإن الجحيم هي المأوى
verily his abode will be hellfire.
وأما من خاف مقام ربه ونهى النفس عن الهوى
But as for him who feared standing before his Lord, and restrained himself from impure evil desires and lusts,
فإن الجنة هي المأوى
verily paradise will be his abode.
يسألونك عن الساعة أيان مرساها
They ask you about the hour, when will be its appointed time.
فيم أنت من ذكراها
You have no knowledge to say anything about it.
إلى ربك منتهاها
To your Lord belongs the knowledge of the term thereof.
إنما أنت منذر من يخشاها
You are only a warner for those who fear it.
كأنهم يوم يرونها لم يلبثوا إلا عشية أو ضحاها
The day they see it, it will be as if they had not tarried in this world except an afternoon or a morning.